and then having that not go super well.
So, first of all, congratulations on publishing your book. That's no small feat. You should be immensely proud of yourself for all that you've achieved. So, just so you know, 97% of people that set out to write a book don't ever publish. Congratulations, you're in the top 3% of all authors. And an even smaller subsect of that go on to publish multiple books. Now, this isn't to toot my own horn, but I've published 6 books so far, technically speaking 9, but those were programming books and I've since unpublished them. I've got news for you, and you're probably not going to like it, but you're worrying about the release date, you're worrying about the perception of it, you're worried about all the things that come with publishing, and all the things that give you basically imposter syndrome. Who cares? And I mean that in a more reassuring kind of way. Statistically speaking, most people never published, and of those that do, most don't make money. Your first few books are probably going to flop, and you improve and grow as you get through. As you get through. I'm supposed to be an author. I'm supposed to be good with words. As you get used to the publishing industry and learn all the facets that go along with it. Like, you're going to have to learn promotion, which is most effective to do before the book's published. Most of your marketing is going to be done beforehand. It's a way to start an effective book launch. And, through Amazon, you have ebook pre orders. That will boost your rank. And so, what I've learned, here, I'll show you. So, I'm writing this book, which is available for pre order, and, link in my profile for any of my followers. It's a book about conservative conspiracy theories and debunking them from A to Z, which is different than my typical sci fi books. But as it being my 6th book that I've published, I've learned how to do it effectively. And that has allowed me to make it a #1 bestseller, all before I even published the book. Your first book, very likely, within its lifetime, will sell anywhere from, 20 books to 3 or 400, maybe. Now, I am fortunate enough, and that's because I'm writing a series, that my first book has done much better. But I've also had to go back and rewrite it a couple times because as you grow, you improve. So, it depends whether you want to do standalone books or books in a series. But I wouldn't put too much passion into your book as it is now. Get a product out there into the market. It's the sad reality of it. Nobody is ever going to care about your book as much as you do. Now, I mean, personally, that's not how I work. I write the book, and by the time I'm done, I can't stand it and I hate the characters. But I promise you, what's most effective is collecting emails, as many as you can, because you don't own your social media followers, you just rent them. I made a lot of my money off of Twitter. I had a really big following, like over 50,000, and they were engaged. Now my Twitter's at like 5,000 people, and I barely ever get a response. And I was fairly large on Tumblr back in the day. I think it was only like 8,000 or something, but I had a nice little community. I don't keep in contact with any of them anymore. And that's what's most important is having like an email list where you can send out an email and let people know about a new book release well before it happens and to save their money, so to speak, to generate buzz and excitement. Your debut novel is a personal milestone for you to have before your 30th birthday. I say go ahead and do it. Who cares if it flops? There's also, so my first book took like 6 7 months before I really sold over 100 copies, but through content and social media, people related to me over time as my platforms grew, and so they went back and bought my book, and then that made it perform really well in the Amazon marketplace. And in terms of the feedback, I guarantee you some people are going to love your book and some people won't. So you don't write for the negative reviews. You write for the positive ones, which, trust me, when you get them, they feel great. And don't worry about your reviews on Amazon. If you get a 1-star review and it's like an honest criticism, it's for the reader, not for you. There's always room to grow in your writing career, and you should approach it with a I'll do better next time attitude. And I know a lot of people look at their book, especially their first book, as their book baby, but your baby might not make money. $1 million idea is only worth $1 million when it makes $1 million. And I know that can be largely discouraging, but you're building your career from the get-go, especially if you're going self-publishing. You don't have any marketability to your book. It's going to be much harder to get it into bookstores, but you don't need that much to be successful. That's why indie publishing is so appealing. You get close to, I think for paperback, it's 65% royalties, or for ebooks, it's 70%. To be successful, you only need to convince 2,000 people to give you $20 a year. That'll give you $40,000 before taxes. And you can do that through other ways that might not have anything to do with book sales. You know, your social media content, like let's say you get onto YouTube and you start doing a YouTube channel and you become an expert voice in the room for book advice, for social media marketing. Set yourself up a Patreon page. Fund a Kickstarter. But in order to do any of that, you need a piece of work for people to read. So book one, it's out. Who cares? And listen, get reader feedback, and build your career, your business. And I promise you, if you show up consistently and you deliver, you will make it work. Nickel and dime your way there. And in terms of the nerves that you feel, I mean, it's totally natural. It's something you've never done before. You don't know how you or your work are going to be perceived. But I promise you, and this is a harsh reality, but nobody cares about you. Instead, what you're working on right now is giving them a reason to. And to do that, you need to build your portfolio. I promise you, you can do it. And congratulations. Happy 30th birthday. Fiddle around with TikTok promote and stuff and just get a lay of the land. Also, you're going to want to find people within your genre that are doing what you want to do and successful in what you want to do and selling lots of books, and emulate what they do. But most importantly, don't be hard on yourself. Have fun. And just learn as you grow, because there is so much to learn. And I would suggest sticking with Kindle Unlimited while you first start, because if you're doing it all on your own, going wide is just more things you have to learn. Stay exclusive to Kindle and take advantage of their promotional tools. Anyway, I mean, I hope I helped at least a bit.